Garden State Film Festival. This year, we have over 200 films and film-centered events from various countries, all happening across 9 venues from March 26th to the 29th this year. Today, I am here with director Tessa Hope Slovis and writer Emma Jacoby Axelrod of the short Isles. Tessa and Emma, thank you so much for joining me today. How are you both doing today?
Doing good. Happy to be here.
Happy to have you. So, just to get things kick-started, how do the two of you know one another?
Oh, Emma, you want to
Well,
take this? Yeah.
sure. Tessa and I actually went to the same high school in Montclair, New Jersey, but we didn't meet each other until I believe 2022, 2023, when we both had different films in the Montclair Film Festival. And we connected there and reconnected in LA, where we both currently live. And I had this script, and Tessa had ideas to just bring it to life in a really cool way.
That's awesome. Wow, going from East Coast all the way to West Coast. And it's
Yes.
warm out there. I'm jealous of you guys. It's
Yes.
cold here I'm in Philadelphia, but it's cold here on the Jersey side.
Yes.
What inspired the writing for Isles, Emma?
So the short film is about a series of encounters between two people, kind of loaded, charged encounters, all in a neighborhood grocery store. And I had the idea after running into my ex-boyfriend at the grocery store that we used to go together all the time in his neighborhood in LA. And I was just really struck in that like really awkward, tense moment about how the surrounding had meant such a like different thing at different points in our relationship. Like it was where we would go to get just like salad greens to add to dinner, or like a wine to celebrate an achievement, or like ice cream after a hard week. And we had it was just sort of the backdrop of this like shared life, and then all of a sudden like re-encountering each other as strangers in the same place, and like he was holding like a bag of spinach that I knew I would never eat. It just really struck me that a setting that we often think of as like so unexciting, or just like a place we're trying to squeeze into our week, to like knock a chore off the list, can be the site of like profound life, which is usually the most like romantic or dramatic moments of our life don't happen at the events that we think will be those things, but it's just sort of like woven in through the backdrop of our lives.
That's very deep and relatable,
Mhm.
actually. I'm 29. I take it you guys are close to my age,
Yes.
and we grocery shop and date and whatnot. And it's just you saying that out loud. I'm like, yes, that's kind of scary. Like not scary, but like surprising, just how like accurate that is and relatable. So, what is it that you want your audience to take away from that? Is
Well, I want our audience to be very scared every time they go to the grocery store. No, I guess that idea of like leaning into the romance in the everyday life. Like, don't wait for like Valentine's Day, or this like vacation in like Greek islands or whatever. Where the like that's not where the most exciting part of life happens. The most exciting thing in life is to like go to the store with someone where you share a home, and you're like, nourishing yourselves, or like providing sustenance for your shared home, or like a lasagna you're going to make together. I don't know.
no, that's it's so relatable, and I think that that's some of the best work is when you can relate to it. So Tessa, what was this like for Emma to bring this to you, being that you guys have somewhat of like a personal relationship and then taking it into a professional setting?
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason why too I initially approached Emma just like creatively was because I had seen her short at Montclair Film Festival and
Mhm.
had really resonated with her writing. And I'm someone who loves to play with magic realism in the films that I make. I feel like my films tend to lean towards the ethereal, poetic kind of vibe.
Mhm.
And I was really excited because I was like, hey, I feel like you're a really great writer. You write about relationships really beautifully. I'm looking to direct something that is a little bit, that still has that magic realism, but it's like a little bit more grounded in like character relationship.
Mhm.
Because I had tended to sway more towards like justice centered films. And I was like, I really want to find something that is like really about like a human want or need. And she approached me with the script, and I was like, I love this idea. And I think one of the things too about Isles is that it's kind of Trojan horsey in the sense that it's not just about these two people running into each other. It's about these two people running into each other that had a chance that didn't take it. And so you learn about the web of this relationship through these encounters, and that it's a little bit more complicated, and also about the other ancillary people in their lives. And I think too, what resonated with me deeply was this idea of like having the audacity, gall, ability to like to make a choice and take a chance. And I think that's a really important theme and a really important question of like, you know, risk, especially when it comes to love. And then I think the other thing that I really love about this script and loved about working with Emma was how excited and down she was to explore the various ways we played with time in the film. I thought that that was like one of the most special parts of shooting it, was like the way that we played with time and transitions and like how time passed.
No, that's awesome. And I really loved the cast that you guys
Yeah.
had, and like the production, like the cinematography was really strong. Where did you find your team?
So I started as an actor. I came out here to Los Angeles from the East Coast. I lived in New York for a while, to get my MFA at USC. And that's where I have met some of the best actors. I mean, I am really lucky to have an army of really creative people out here in LA and in New York that I love and I trust. And just as a actor, casting to me is just so deeply important, especially in shorts where, and I consult on a lot of first time filmmakers shorts too, where you have 10 minutes to tell a story. Ultimately, the most important thing is the story itself. And if you don't have strong actors that can really convey that, then the fancy shots and camera language don't really matter, right? It can be the most beautiful film in the world, but if you don't have great storytellers on screen, it's not going to land the way that you want it to. So I'm really, really passionate about casting. And Nona, who plays our lead, she is one of my close friends. And then Colin, we ended up finding through some mutual friends of mine through my theater community. So it was really just, I love casting people I love. I love giving opportunities to friends. And these are both two just like powerhouse actors. And then our other actors, RJ and Bianca, are two friends of mine as well. So like it just ended up being that these people were excited to work together. Yeah.
And when you have a team that works well together, you can kind of read that on screen too.
Oh yeah.
How well
Mm-hmm.
everything really comes together.
Yeah, and I would argue that you can like really see whether or not people enjoyed themselves, like whether or not people like had fun making the thing. There's joy in filmmaking, and I think it appears on the screen.
So you're saying that you consult first time like filmmakers for short films.
Yeah.
What is that like for you?
I mean, I love it because I didn't go to film school. I transitioned from being an actor, pivoted from being an actor to a director. I joke that I like went to the film school of Google, and I had to figure out a lot on my own, And so I think I'm really passionate. I teach a class at USC where I teach actors how to write and direct. I'm really passionate about enfranchising, especially performers, to create their own work, just because the industry is such a complicated place. And if we don't do it, no one's going to do it for us. So I love working with people who are interested and excited to like elevate their work. I love creative producing. And yeah, I love working with first time filmmakers because I was 6-7 years ago and I thought I was too late to pivot, and I did. And I'm really proud of that. And so I love helping people do the same no matter where they are in their careers.
I will say, side note, I don't know her name off the top of my head. She is the actress from like the TV show Power, and she plays Cookie, and she's also in, she's in a bunch of stuff. But she started when she was 37, and now
Yeah.
she's everywhere. Like, you know who she is. If you look up Power and you look up who played Cookie, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I
Yeah.
should know her name if you don't. But I think that, no matter what age you are, it's never
Yeah,
too
you're
late.
right on time. Yeah, totally.
Such a great message. So Emma, for you, did you always know that you were a writer, or have there been other hats that you've worn within the industry, such like Tessa?
Well, when I met Tessa, the short film that I was showing in the Montclair Film Festival was one that I had directed and acted in as well. And I would say the experience of working with Tessa actually, it did kind of make me identify stronger as like writing. This is what I do. Because I mean, like you can know the importance of a good actor, but then like seeing the difference between like lines that you've written when you're portraying them and you think, I mean, I guess it was a sort of, I don't know, arrogant thought, but my thinking was, well, I know the intention behind these lines better than anyone. Who better to portray them? And then when Tessa came in with like talented, trained actors, just seeing the way that that elevated these lines that I thought were pretty great already, seeing that they could go to this whole other place was like sort of a magical experience. Like it's a high of sorts watching someone else. And also the same goes with the direction. Like I had this idea of like what I wanted to happen, but Tessa had all of these ideas for like bringing it to life visually that just never would have occurred to me and made it something so much cooler than just like the premise of what it was. And I
Yeah.
mean, that sort of collaboration is why I've heard novelists say that they prefer being novelists because they can control everything and they have complete autonomy over like how their ideas are portrayed. But I sort of personally feel kind of an opposite thing where like it's the coolest thing in the world to have an idea, hand it off to someone else and watch them just
Mhm.
make it so much
Yeah.
cooler or like bring something so much new, like so new to it that you never would have considered. But that's why it's also really important though to like find the right collaborators. Like Tessa and I had a conversation about the script where like she was excited about the same parts of it that I was. And you need that starting point to have that experience. But
Totally.
um I think trying on different hats sort of helped me realize which one fit the best.
No, that's awesome to hear from both of you. And so, how long have you guys been living out in LA at this time?
Oh man, I have been there now. This is actually my 10-year anniversary, which is crazy. So I've been in LA for a long, long time, but Emma and I never overlapped in high school. I had just graduated by the time she came in, but it was really funny because like all of my friends, little siblings were like friends with like, and then
Yeah.
by the time you get to your 30s, like age doesn't matter. But like but it was really funny because it was like we had kind of like interface in a lot of different ways. But yes, I've been in LA for a decade now, which is crazy.
Emma, how about you?
For me, it's been 6 years, and yeah, 6 years. I've been also wearing hats in the like PA hats and like working on that side of things too. Yeah, it's a great place.
No, I mean, that's awesome for both of you. I'm jealous of how warm the weather is out
I
there
know.
as compared to Jersey right now. But, the two of you have been such a pleasure to talk with today, and I'm so excited for your film to screen. Emma, I know you're not going to be joining us this March, but thank you so much for, taking the time with me today. Tessa, I'm looking very forward to meeting you in person.
Yes, be there.
I will be screening at the Crystal Ballroom on Saturday, March 28th from 3 to 5 p.m. We hope to see you at the Garden State Film Festival this year with over 200 films screening across 9 venues, including hosting parties, panels, events, and more. Get your tickets at gsff.org/tickets. Well, Tessa, Emma, thank you again so much, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Emily. It's been